Do you guys want a Yahoo?
Please.
This Yahoo was sent in by Wayne Rowan. Thank you, Wayne. It's by Yahoo Answers user Sophie, who asks, do horses have any emotions that humans don't have? I am actually doing a horse behavior presentation for an equine class I'm in. But I was wondering if horses had exactly the same emotions that we humans do. Humans is in parentheses, as if, like, you didn't fucking know.
As we humans do.
I went on a website that told me the types of behavior that horses have. Buckle your asses in.
Can I make one quick point before you tell me the things that horses have? I want to see if you get something valuable from this before your presentation. I definitely can't wait to see this line on the bibliography. I cannot wait to see how you cite the information you received from Yahoo Answers.
Acceptance.
That's fair. If you're professionally being ridden,
Right. Well,
you need that
it's not
pretty
ideal, but I don't have opposable thumbs,
I
so.
love oats and apples, so what can I do?
Affection. Sure.
Sure.
This is my favorite. Anger 1 and anger 2.
Anger 1 is like a quiet, reserved
Yeah.
anger, and anger 2 is like an explosion of biting.
Yeah.
It's just spurs. That's the only thing that if they see spurs, like,
No.
anger two.
I am
Breaking
angry
out.
1.
Breaking out the dose today. Annoyance.
Who doesn't?
Apathy. Well,
Fine.
oats.
I accepted too much.
Oats, I guess.
Another ride? Ugh.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
Whatever.
Sure,
Jumps,
why
tricks. It's all the same.
Beautifully soaring through nature like an earthbound dragon. Sure, why not?
Anxiety? What if I run out of oats? Could happen. Boredom?
Well, what? Okay, I can't blame them too much for that.
Right, it's like they can't even watch Game of Thrones. Like what? Like they don't get
Could you
HBO
turn
Go.
the TV towards the window, please?
Right.
Towards
I
the
got a
window.
big day today. I'm either gonna stand in grass or run in a loop. I can't wait to see what fate has in store.
Well, I mean that's okay. Tame horses, yes, I could see them falling prey to boredom. Wild horses? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Boredom for a wild horse? It can't happen. Wild horses aren't familiar with this emotion because they can just go jump over a brook they've never jumped over before.
I have to imagine that for a wild horse, it's mainly about anxiety because they're very fast. And I can see a situation where you're in a conversation deep with another horse friend, and then all of a sudden you look at me and you think, "Hey, Rodrigo, have you seen any grass for a while?" And then Rodrigo's like, "Oh my God, you're right. There's no grass."
And they're in the middle of a parking lot.
They're in a parking lot. Like, oh great, this is gonna be on the news.
Was no one paying attention? Who was following who?
I'm feeling annoyance right now, which could be upgraded to anger 1 if something doesn't change.
If you keep running your fucking mouth, Rodrigo, it's gonna get upgraded to anger too, and you don't want to see that. So maybe just relax and we figure this out.
Compassion. He's got a fat rider. It's too bad. Did you see Lucy? Lucy's got a fat rider. I know. Poor thing.
If
Poor
you are
dear.
a being that is mainly bred to be ridden, and you can still work up compassion for anything else, like God bless you. That is a beautiful, beautiful reserve of goodwill.
Well,
you have in
they
there.
feel bad for the burros.
Sure. Sure they do.
For the burros.
Yeah. No, roll the R's because it's
For
not
the
authentic if you
burros.
don't. Thank you.
I don't know what animal you're talking about if you don't roll the R.
Contentment. Very few horses, I imagine, feel this. Or definitely feel, or appreciates the fact that he has reached the physical fucking apex of possibly any creature on the planet. He
Then
probably
it's just anxiety, right? And you got to, and even if you win the Kentucky Derby, it's like, well, am I going to get the Triple Crown? That's what everybody starts asking. That's a lot of pressure.
Or am I going to be able to fucking keep up this perfect body until the Preakness? They're going to shower me in oats after this fucking thing. I'm gonna
What if
put
I
on
can't perform my stud duties?
Right. Oh, man. I bet Orb.
That's rough.
I bet Orb fucks like a cylinder.
Like a stallion.
There's a whole saying where someone says they're hung like a U.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of pressure.
Curiosity.
Doubtful.
Based on what?
Why is that doubtful?
Like, what are they curious about? They have everything they need hand delivered to
I
them.
wonder what driving a car is like.
Right.
If they are curious about it, I refuse to. If they're curious about anything, like they're certainly not acting on it because they seem to be kind of in a rut as a species.
Yeah, nobody's ever said curiosity killed the horse because a horse will see like a fucking helicopter could land next to a horse and a horse would be like, "That's not an apple." Is that an apple?
when
We
you're-
check for a stem. Nope, no stem. No thanks.
Come back when you're hay.
Fear. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, daily.
If there's a bull snake around, those
Yeah.
things are terrified.
Loneliness. Not if I have anything to say about it. Physical suffering. Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their entire being is suspended in a state of constant suffering. So yes.
Think about how sad when horses get the spurs and then they run faster. They're trying to run away from a danger that is like physically
a part
attached
of
to them.
Right.
That's the saddest thing in the world.
Which most humans have. But do horses have any emotions that humans don't have or that humans can't relate to? Thanks.
Prance.
The latter? Yeah. What?
Prancing.
Prancing is
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never felt prancing.
I don't think that's beyond human. It's beyond you, yes. Just because of, like, your physique. No offense.
Wouldn't you think though that if the horses did have an emotion that we don't have in humankind, then we probably don't have a human word for it, right?
Right. It's sort of like it's kind of like the flavor umami.
Sure.
It's an indescribable thing. It's like if there were any new colors that we didn't know, we would know about it. You know what I mean?
Are there any suggestions from Yahoo Answers as to some emotions that horses might feel that we might not be able to detect?
Yahoo Answers user Miss Equine responded and said, "All that you listed."
What? Wait, hold on.
I don't know if they're saying that her list was comprehensive or that Ms. Equine is incapable of feeling acceptance, affection, anger 1, anger 2, annoyance, apathy, anxiety, boredom, compassion, contentment, curiosity, fear, loneliness, and physical suffering.
First I've heard of it. What is this stuff?
Compassion?
Go on.
Oh, Miss Equine.
Yahoo Answers user Zakit says, "I do not believe they have compassion."
I've seen some horses do some cold ass shit.
If anything
are bad
happens,
dudes.
if anything happens to another horse, the horse is unlikely to help out. He might just continue to graze or to watch with mild interest.
What do you want the horse to do?
Hey,
Okay,
hey, fucking cut it out, man.
To
What
be
are you
fair,
doing?
it says compassion. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do anything about it. They could just feel real bad about it and be like, well, what am I going to do? I don't have thumbs.
Just got these hooves. If you have a hoof-related debacle for me to fix, maybe.
Am I supposed to pull a rock out of your shoe? What am I supposed to do? I'm a horse. I'll give you some hay. No, I need it.
Yahoo Answers user Black Cat Magic says, "I think it's foolish to think that we know exactly what horses feel. Maybe they do feel all the things that we do, but have different ways of showing it that we can't begin to understand. Maybe they don't show certain emotions at all, but that doesn't mean they aren't feeling it. Until horses learn to talk, we'll never know." Smiley face.
Until.
Yeah, I like the conditional.
Until-
The conditional in that statement is wonderful. Until.
For now,
Much like man used to stare into the skies and wonder.
by 2017, think how foolish these questions will appear.
God, Horse Biz Girl says, "Horses don't feel guilty about things. Humans feel regret. Horses don't. Horses lost a big race. Oh well, Oats. Trampled that kid. Oats."
I have a question. If horses don't feel bad about anything in their past, why are they running? Think about it. Are they running to something? No, they're running away.
I want to know if a horse can feel shame.
What would a horse?
Plenty of opportunities.
What?
to
No,
feel that,
right?
if
What
so.
could a horse possibly be ashamed of?
Like, hey, you just pooped in the middle of the street.
I guess.
You're dragging a
I-
cart for a living. You're majestic. What are you doing? I know I'm ashamed.
There's an emotion that I've never felt that I bet horses could feel. Like, there might be some based on their understanding of the world. Like, there might be a feeling of can someone please learn how to cook oats? There has to be a way to cook oats. I would never have that emotion. And that's why I don't have an English way of translating it, but I bet that feeling is kind of a present part of their day.
They think you're saying that they are constantly disappointed in oats.
Right. They eat oats because we keep giving them, but they can't express a preference for one or the other.
Maybe they're sitting there like, can I please just have like a hamburger or something?
Right.
I see you doing it. Do you think horses feel disappointment in us?
In humanity?
Yeah.
I should hope so. I mean, we've not been great custodians of their kind.
No. In fact, I think they're kind of getting the shitty end of this deal. The deal we've struck up between us and...
We looked at horses gallivanting across the plains of the American West and thought, I'm going to sit on that.
Hey, do that for me now.
I could break that.
I'm going to sit on that forever.
You could... I'll tell you...
Even after I develop an automobile, which is by all means much more efficient and less fuel, I'm still going to keep horses and sit on them.
I'll tell you...
There may be an emotion for knowing that you're the first horse to ever let someone sit on them, and now your children's children are going to have a human being strapped to their back. The first horse that got caught. What is that feeling like? You have to carry... I don't have a word for that.
Well, let's just try this out. Let's just try this out for a bit and see if we both like it.
Surely human beings will recognize how inefficient this is.
Right.
Surely they'll invent cars.
Don't you have to think there was a horse very near to the Ford plant, and like the first Model T comes out, and they're like, whew.
All right, guys, great news. I just saw the most wondrous sight.
We're going to be free now.
We're going to be A-okay. I hope they make these cars big enough for us horses to drive.
And even if not, at least we'll be able to run free again.
I hope
they give us a big area that's just for us, a whole state just for horses, as a nice way of saying we're sorry for sitting on you for eternity.
Guys, I can't feel anger too. I just don't.
Let me sit on you and sit on everyone you've ever known.
That would fucking do
See
it.
if you can't work it up.
Yeah. Coming this summer, the sequel to everyone's favorite emotion.